Okay, y'all, this is the final video I'll be doing today. I think I just wanted to share about this spirit doll that I made. I'm selling her now that I have completed my own personal workings with her, the spirit of this doll. Um, Let me tell y'all a little bit about her in this video because I said I was going to do an update about her, and I just haven't got around to it yet. However, I have been working with her a lot in my recent magical practices. So the spirit in this doll, first of all, her name is Dariah. Okay. And she is an ancient sorceress, high priestess spirit. Her magic is like Norse, Nordic, Viking type. She was teaching me a lot about magic with runes and runic writing and sigils. And she didn't really have much to say about the gods or the religion aspect of Norse mythology and practices, but she was teaching me a lot of the magic of some of these different things to do with that, which I'm not going to talk about because a lot of it was secret things. But I have been drawn to that path in the past when I was younger, when I was basically a younger witch first starting out. I was very drawn to Viking and Norse mythology and runes and stuff like that. But as I got older, I really just got more drawn towards Greek and Roman pantheons as far as working with gods and deities, and also Sumerian. But it wasn't necessarily out of that I rejected Norse or Viking paths, but I just got more drawn in a different direction as my path evolved. But at least about, I want to say, for the past, how long has it been? Honestly, it's been like about since last November 2016 to now. I have been feeling very drawn to the Norse and the Viking path again, and so that's when Dariah's spirit came to me, was this past November. I just had this feeling that I was drawn to that path or being called to it, and I ended up dreaming of the spirit Dariah. And she presented herself as a high priestess, or see, I don't know if I'm using the right words because I really honestly don't know that much about the system, but I got this vibe from her that she was a high priestess caste, but whatever you want to call it, or whatever it is actually called in the Norse system. I don't know what they call a high priestess in that system, but you get what I'm saying, is that she presented herself to me as someone who really knew that path very well as far as the magical system of it and its powers. And I guess what you would call her is a vulva I think, because actually within the last few days I have actually looked more into it in depth as far as the right terminology. And I think what you would call her is a vulva. And, you know, basically, she was teaching me a lot of things that I wanted to know about as far as the magic of that path. So I feel like I have learned enough from her that I'm ready to let her go on to someone else. I'm going to actually start working with the deities of the Norse pantheon now, proceeding forward from now, with the help that she gave me as far as the magic of that path. So I don't feel like I need to work with her spirit anymore in particular. I mean, I suppose I could continue to, but I don't really need to anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and sell her. She's for sale right now. So if you're interested, leave a comment or message me, email me, or connect with me on Facebook, which the links are below in the description box. I do have one person who basically asked about Dariah when I first presented her on Facebook and YouTube. So that woman has first claim to Dariah or not. But if she doesn't want her, then Dariah will be available to anyone else who I deem will responsibly take care of her, because she is a real spirit, y'all, and she's not necessarily binded in this doll, but this doll is a vessel for her. It's on the physical level, just like how our body is a vessel to our spirit. But then, you know, we can sleep, we can astral project, we can astral travel. Our own spirit is not actually binded to our body. It's just more linked to it, okay? So I hope you understand that. That is how it works with spirit dolls, okay? The spirit is not trapped inside her. It's linked to her. This is her physical body, but her spirit projects out of it quite often. I usually see her in the house as orbs, like orangish, yellowish type colored orbs, and I'll see her, like, you know, in the room or wherever I'm going. She follows me if I ask her to. So even if you keep her physical body on an altar, which is what I was doing, I was keeping her on my altar with an offering of water that I constantly made sure it was fresh. I offered her flowers. I offered her food. I offered her incense and candles. All of that. You need to make sure that when you have a spirit doll, you keep giving it offerings, because it needs sustenance. The spirit does, not the doll, okay? So the spirit does consume the offerings and the energy and the life force that's in them. So it's a partnership. It's just like if you have a real living person in your house, you need to make sure that you're feeding them and stuff like that if you expect them to help you, okay? So I won't just be selling this doll to anyone that's just going to keep her as a novelty or something like that. I want to make sure that you're really going to work with the spirit, Dariah, and respect her, okay? So I just wanted to share that little update, both about Dariah herself and kind of about my path, being drawn more towards, not necessarily more towards, but also to incorporate the deities of the Norse pantheon and that type of magic. So I guess I will continue to do updates about this and share with you all how that goes. I am not abandoning Hecate at all, but I am being drawn more to balance with the divine masculine with my practices. So in that aspect, I usually work with the horned god, or, well, in the past, I usually worked with the horned god archetype, with Kernanos, with Hern the hunter. Stag gods, basically, were the ones that really spoke to me, or that I was just drawn to naturally more than anything else. I'm going to do a video about my relationship with the divine masculine and all the different god forms that I have worked with. But really the most predominant one is Kernanos, Hern the hunter, the stag god archetype specifically has always been the one that's been the most predominant in my life. I have worked with other gods though, like Apollo, Papa Legba, Zeus, Enki from the Sumerian tradition, and our Babylonian, and Hades. I've worked with other deities that are males, but the one that has been predominant with me has been the stag god archetype. So I'm going to do a video on that as well. But specifically at this time, I am being drawn to work with the masculine male deities of the Viking path, or of the Norse mythology. So I'm going to be delving into that, and I will do updates on that. So I guess there's something for me in this, specifically to do with those deities, with the male deities of the Norse pantheon. So whatever I need to balance with my divine masculine right now, I'm going to find it with these male deities. And I'm looking forward to the journey. I'm excited about it. I feel like I am learning something. I feel like I'm finally learning something new again. Even though I'm always learning from Hecate, she's always teaching me something new about magic. It feels like I have been at a plateau for a long time now. Ever since about like 2 years into working with her, I've just felt like I'm at this plateau. In that. So, I mean, I'm really not, because I still keep learning from her deeper and deeper mysteries and deeper things, but it just feels so normal. It feels like it's become normalized to me, and it's just like a regular thing now. It doesn't really excite me anymore. In that aspect, as it does with like diving into the complete Viking Norse pantheon right now, that I had never really done before. So it just feels like a completely new topic altogether for me. That's what I'm trying to say. So I just feel like a complete beginner in that regard, and it's exciting. So I will keep you all updated on that and where things go, where things develop for me. I think I do have ancestry into this type of practice anyways, so that's why I was drawn to it way back at the beginning of my practice. So I don't know, I just feel like I'm completely at the beginning of a completely new path with this, and it's exciting. and a little bit intimidating, but more exciting than anything else. And so I look forward to it, and I will keep you all updated. And Dariah certainly did help me with a lot of things getting started in this. So I'm thankful to her for that, and I honor her, and I gave her plenty of offerings and sacrifices. And I hope that she will serve and work well with whoever purchases her. Okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Blessed be.